Hi everybody, my name is Bree and welcome back to my channel, Bree's Arts. Okay, you guys, so today I am so pumped because I am taking part in Salvage Sunday with 3 other amazing YouTubers. So basically for Salvage Sunday, what we're doing is we are salvaging items and creating them into beautiful decor. And of course, other than my salvaged items, I will be using items from Dollar Tree and from Dollarama. Now, I will be talking about who I am collabing with a little bit later in the video, but right now, let's get into that first DIY. And here we go, Salvage Sunday DIY number 1. Okay, so for my salvage item, I'm using this wine bottle. Yes, it is Yellowtail. And what I'm going to do first is just give it a coat or 2 or maybe even 3 of my white chalk paint. I think I only did 2 coats, you guys. And then I am taking my antique wax and just giving this wood grain effect. So you can see there I kind of take my chippy brush and I'm turning it every now and then to kind of create little knots and just kind of, you know, pouncing it up and down just to make it look like real wood. And I'm going to do that to just, I believe, the top maybe 3/4 of the bottle. And then I'm taking this decorative filler stuff. I guess you would put that in like Easter baskets and whatnot. And I'm going to do a kind of a texturing technique with this. I don't know what I was thinking, but it worked out really, really well. And so I'm just kind of cutting it up into teeny tiny little pieces. And so I'm taking my white chalk paint. This is my Rust-Oleum Linen White, just because it's a little bit more runny than the folk art, and my baking powder. And it's about a 1-to-1 ratio with that. You'll see that I do add a little bit more paint because I'm gonna throw those little bits of paper right into the paint. And the paper definitely soaks up the paint. So that's why you can see here, I'm pouring a little bit more paint into my little bowl there. And putting all my bits in there and stirring it up, and it's going to give this amazing, amazing texture. So I don't know if you guys saw my vase that I did with the microfiber mop, but I will link that up in the cards there. And I'm just going along here and literally scooping the paint onto my bottle here and just kind of, you know, dab, giving it a whole bunch of beautiful, lovely texture. And I did leave that to dry overnight, and you can see it kind of gave it a stipple effect. And then I'm pointing there to the wax that I actually put over top of that just to kind of bring it down and blend it together. And then I'm just taking some of this burlap ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just finishing off the top of my bottle, and it just looks awesome, you guys. I'm so happy with this out of a wine bottle. Come on. And then, you know, just burn all the little hairy things off and you're good to go. right, everyone. Salvage Sunday DIY number 2. Okay, so salvaging this, I did get it at the thrift store, but I'm sure that everyone can find one of these at any thrift shop that you walk into. They are so 70s to me. Like, my grandmother had something exactly like this in her kitchen. And so all I'm doing here is just sanding off the paint that was on there. It took some elbow grease, you guys, only because, you know, I don't have an electric sander. But watch this. Painted it all in white. And it's so funny about these videos because that probably took me a solid hour to do 2 coats on that piece, and you saw it happen in like 3 seconds. And now you guys know how much I love doing decoupage, and this tissue paper is for sure my favorite. I did a whole video using this tissue paper. It was a box hop, like a mystery box hop. Did it last summer, and it was so much fun, and I just think it's so beautiful, and I just absolutely had to pull it out again. And so just taking my Mod Podge, because this is tissue paper, you want to do a relatively thin layer so it doesn't completely saturate your tissue paper so that it tears. And so I did that to all 3 of the front panels there, and then just taking my sanding block, just sanding off the excess. And when I was sanding, I did take off a little bit of the paint, and I wasn't mad about it. Like, I actually went through, you can see here, and I just dressed it up even more just to bring some of that natural wood color back out on this piece. And I just think that it just gave it so much more character. So just going through with my sanding block and sanding all of those edges to bring them out and give it dimension and depth and, you know, make it look amazing. Sand, sand, sand. There we go. And then I do go over the tissue paper again with my Mod Podge just to seal it in there. Make sure that it doesn't peel up at all. And this is the matte Mod Podge, you guys. I don't usually use the gloss. I like the matte because it gives it a nice dull finish. And then I'm just taking some of this floral foam, and I'm just going to jam that into each one of these compartments here, because this is going to be a planter. And I think it's absolutely stunning when it's all done. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love it. It's very springy, and oh, it's so pretty, and you can have it up in your house all year long. So you can see here I did use some of these succulents. I got some at the Dollar Tree, some on Amazon, and some at Dollarama as well. And I love those. That string of pearls is definitely my favorite. It's so pretty coming off the side. And that is it for this planter, you guys. It's so pretty. All right, you guys, I hope that you're enjoying these Salvage Sunday DIYs. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the other creators that I am collabing with for this fun little challenge. So today I am collabing with Jamie from Simple Roots Simple Living, Teresa from Teresa B DIY, and Leonette from DIY Beauty on Purpose. These ladies legit are amazing, and I will have the playlist linked down in my description box along with each of their channels, because seriously, you guys, if you have not heard of these ladies, you need to change that, because they are incredibly talented and also just really lovely humans. So again, check my description box for their channels and the playlist, and let's get back into those DIYs. All right, and here we go. DIY number 3. Okay, so this is a cake pan. One thing that you guys don't know about me is that I used to do sugar art. So I used to make cakes. I did it for about 4 years, and this was in my cake stash. So I figured, you know, I'm probably not going to be doing cakes anytime soon. And really with this pan, I'm just going to salvage it and making it into something absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just taking my chalk paint, my white chalk paint. And again, I did give this either 2 or 3 coats of the white chalk paint on the top and the bottom. You can see there. Look at how pretty it is already, you guys. Oh, I love this so much. And just taking one of these little decorative vases from Dollar Tree, I am going to paint that up with my white chalk paint, just like that. Magical. And there we go. So this I only did 1 coat because I'm going to use the same technique as what I did on the wine bottle. And I'm going to use my chippy brush with my antique wax and just paint this up and make it look like wood. My daughter said that it kind of looks like a coconut, and she is not wrong. It does kind of look like a coconut. And so, you know, just using those bristles from the chippy brush, it gives it that beautiful faux wood texture. It looks amazing. Anytime now, anytime. There we go. And a dab for the top. All right, so these half wood beads are from Amazon. And I'm just going to go all the way around, hot gluing the wood beads onto each one of the little petal spaces, I guess, in this pan. And going all the way around, hot glue, bead down, rock and roll. And then once that's all done, I am going to paint those up as well with my white chalk paint. And you can see kind of like they are kind of hanging off the side a little bit there. And I am making sure that I get the paint on all of the surfaces. And there it is, all painted up, looking absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm just going to take some hot glue. I was going to use my E6000, but hot glue actually worked really, really well. And I just hot glued that right into the center of it, and then throw some florals in, and you're done. Okay, you guys, last one, DIY number 4. Okay, so I am going to use one of these plastic creamer bottles, and I'm just going to remove the label first. And I did already wash it out, but we'll rinse it out a little bit better. But first we are going to just cut this bottle right in half. Now I'm using some pretty heavy duty scissors here, but it cut through really, really well. And I did have to fiddle quite a bit because I couldn't get it exactly in half. So I go back and I cut it a few times just to make sure everything is all good. I don't bother showing you that though, but I do end up getting it like really cut really well. And then you can see here, I am just giving this, most likely I did 3 coats of the white chalk paint. And again, with this tissue paper. So I'm just, going to use a little bit just in the center of this, vase, I guess, that we're making out of this creamer bottle. And I'm just going to grab my Mod Podge, do the same thing here, really light coat, and then we're going to place the tissue paper on there and make it look gorgeous. There you go, Mod Podging. And then I do make sure that I get into all of those creases of the bottle as well, just pushing that tissue paper in there. And then I'm just tearing off the excess on the sides. And then Mod Podging it down, making sure it's nice and secure. Isn't it so pretty? Oh. If you guys can find this tissue paper, grab it. It is stunning. And so I'm going to use that burlap ribbon again from the Dollar Tree. And it comes in 3 sizes. So this nice wide one, I'm just going to throw that onto the bottom of our piece here. And I'm just going to use some hot glue around the sides and hot glue that into place there. So you can see on the inside, just throw in some hot glue, wrapping it around, and then putting hot glue on the other side. And then, putting that into place. Perfect. And then the smaller ribbon again, I am just going to do the exact same thing. Hot glue, wrap it around, hot glue, shazam, she's done. And now just using some jute cord here. I believe this is from the Dollar Tree as well. I'm just wrapping that around the neck of my bottle. And there's those ridges because it's a screw top, right? I just left the ridges out because it gave it a little bit more character and the white popped through on the top. So it looked totally perfect. There we go. Oh, it's coming together. All right. And so I grabbed this wood plank thing, I guess. It's from Walmart. I got it on sale. I think it was like $3 or something like that. So it was a smoking deal. And then I just hot glued my half vase onto the wood plank. I didn't do anything to the wood plank at all. I thought it was gorgeous just as it was. And then I grabbed some of this wisteria from the Dollar Tree. How stunning is that? And this piece is done, you guys. It's so pretty. All right, everybody, that is it for our Salvage Sunday DIYs. Oh my goodness, this was so much fun. I don't usually keep a whole bunch of things to salvage around my house. I'm a big recycler, but I guess this is another way to recycle some things that otherwise would have just been thrown out. So I would like to send a huge shout out and a great big thank you to the lovely ladies who I am collabing with today, to Jamie from Simple Roots Simple Living, Teresa from Teresa B DIY, and Leonette from DIY Beauty on Purpose. Remember, the playlist is linked down in my description box along with their channels. Please go show these ladies some love and let them know that I sent you. Now, of course, if you want to support my channel, my Buy Me a Coffee link is also down in my description box. And if you like what you see, do me a solid. Tap that like button, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all of that jazz. Stay tuned for the gag reel. Bye, guys. Salvage Sunday. That was pretty good. Woo! Getting good at this, y'all. Ooh, it sounds like someone in the dungeon is finally deciding to wake up. Teenagers, right? It is 12:43 p.m. Ooh, that went really dark. There we go. Yeah, Dollar Tree and Dollarama. Minimal effort, maximum result. Whoa! That was Brat. Can't get the light. If I go. Usually if I have dark and then light. No. Dark and then light. Ah, see? Ha ha! And at last I see the light. No, we don't want Disney coming after us. You know what, you guys? Today, legitimately, I got ready just to do this. Only this. This is all I'm doing. I'm not going to see any humans today. None. Only you guys.